We start things off in Racine, Wisconsin, where convicted felon Shawn Riker's in court for a pre-sentencing hearing.
You're gonna sentence me to life? Don't give a
Riker was recently found guilty of 16 crimes against his family, including sexual assault and physical abuse of a child, as well as reckless endangerment. He's already served 12 years in a federal prison for detonating several pipe bombs in Utah. Today he's in court to waive his constitutional right to appear at his sentencing. And he's got company, a heavily armed security team. He's in shackles and a spit mask because he's already escaped once from a Wisconsin jail and has not been cooperative with court security. Once inside, the spit mask may be on, but the gloves are off as Riker wastes no time going right after Judge Wayne Merrick.
Is this your idea, Merrick? Huh? You got me looking like a clown? Stupid punk. Merrick. You! Here we go! Yeah! You! Yeah! Yeah! I'm killing all you Wayne. I got your address, Wayne Merrick. I got your home address. I got address. I got address. And I'm having you all killed.
The people he's referring to are members of the prosecution team.
There ain't nothing you're gonna do about it either. You know why? Because this is a state that doesn't have the death penalty. You're gonna sentence me to life? Don't give a Don't give a I'm getting mine, you
Not satisfied berating the judge, Riker sends his wrath in the direction of the prosecutor.
You eat this that punk.
Mr. Riker, are you...
What the do you want?
Take him out.
Later.
As per his request, Riker didn't appear at his own sentencing, which would have really given him something to scream about. He was sentenced to 200 years in a state prison. Riker appealed the sentence, but it was denied. Meet Timothy DeMatteo.
Oh boy.
The 34-year-old Florida rock musician was charged with petty theft and damage to property for allegedly trying to steal nutritional supplements from a store and then damaging items after he was caught. As Judge John Hurley kicks off the bond hearing,
Court finds probable cause.
he makes a request that will come back to haunt him.
Turn on the mic, please, somebody. Why do they keep...
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
you know me, don't you?
No.
Before Judge Hurley can get another word in, this rocker breaks into a solo.
I was going to pick up my scripts. They said it was a 45-minute wait for some reason. I'm walking around shopping. I go to the bathroom to take a piss and wash my hands, and the manager's in there waiting for me, thinking I'm shoplifting. I wasn't shoplifting anything.
No?
No. My first, second, third, fourth, 13th, 14th Amendment rights have been violated.
But it turns out this isn't the first time the defendant's been charged for stealing.
Your Honor, if I may, two things worth noting. Mr. DeMatteo was arrested September 14th of this year at a Mexican restaurant, where allegedly he ran up a bill for $256.26. He refused to leave or pay for his tab. Additionally, on September 29th of this year, he was placed on 18 months probation for grand theft.
As Judge Hurley checks on the details of the pending charges, DeMatteo can be seen growing more animated with the public defender. And when his mic gets turned back on,
Your Honor, sidebar.
yes, he raises his hand and asks the judge for a sidebar.
Your Honor, sidebar.
Wait, no, stop.
Your Honor.
Stop. It's not your turn.
After being muted once again, DeMatteo decides to drum up some more attention.
Oh, boy.
As the performance continues,
Mr. Miller?
Public Defender Dale Miller hangs his head and makes the executive decision not to unmute the defendant.
Mr. Miller?
I think he's trying to give him an opportunity to calm down, Judge.
Ultimately, the courtroom concert is cut short, and DeMatteo is forcibly removed by court security.
Please sit down.
Your Honor.
Ma'am, I'm not having two attorneys. Please sit down.
Judge, I'm not going to...
Timothy DeMatteo later pled guilty to the petty theft charge and was ordered to pay $293. The damage to property charge was dropped.
Your Honor.
Judge,
Sidebar.
Milton Watts.
Next, we're in Berea Municipal Court. The defendant, 21-year-old Milton Watts, has turned himself in after a warrant was issued for his arrest for failure to appear on a domestic violence charge.
You were supposed to be here last month. You did not appear. Why weren't you here?
My mom didn't show up. Somebody died in the family. There was no reason for me to be here.
Well, it's not an engraved invitation, son. It's a court order.
Things are clearly off to a rocky start between Watts and Judge Chris Green. But Watts seems comfortable handling the situation on his own.
Your attorney withdrew, so you'll have to hire an attorney?
I don't need an attorney.
You're a lawyer?
Nope.
Unfortunately for Watts, his grasp on the legal process seems spotty at best.
Do you want to talk to me about me at bond with me? What do you want to tell me?
About what?
Bond?
Don't really give a to be honest with you.
Judge Green, who's known for his no-nonsense style, doesn't seem particularly receptive to the attitude.
That's going to cost you 30 days in the county jail for contempt. Cuff him if you got the cuffs. Hold on, it's $5,000 cash surety bond, subject to the temporary protection order.
Watts' remarks have already cost him dearly. And now, he doubles down.
He just swore at the judge. Can I give you a piece of advice?
What?
You can either make life easy or you can make life hard.
I already ruined my life.
That's 60. You want to go for 90? That's 90 more. That's 180. That's 306.
Now I gotta come here and my life up. You.
Melvin, stop!
How many days you wanna give me now? Are you sure counting?
Melvin,
Yeah, I'm at about a year right now in contempt, so.
Watts' mother and sister attempt to intervene, but there is no stopping the foul-mouthed tirade.
I don't care.
I don't give a you.
Melvin, stop!
Everybody. You.
Melvin!
Power.
Good.
Fuck the power.
Good.
That's stupid! Melvin, stop! Stop it! You're not even getting in trouble!
This
Melvin, Melvin, listen. You're going...
Who the f is telling me anything?
Just let him do whatever he wants to do. Melvin.
Deputies and other court staff quickly arrive at the courtroom for backup.
Melvin!
Just let him do what you're not going to do anything. You're just causing more.
That's ignorant.
That's the way he is.
Despite the judge going all the way up to 360 days in the heat of the moment, once Watts calmed down, the judge ultimately decided to reduce the sentence to 90 days in jail, or 4 days per four-letter word. For the initial domestic violence charge he was originally in court for, he later pled no contest and was sentenced to 5 days in jail. We're in the Miami-Dade Bond Court.
Good afternoon. I'm Judge Mindy Glazer. I'll be presiding today over the bond hearings.
Today, she'll see dozens of defendants.
You were arrested for retail theft, and I'll appoint the public defender for you.
But one in particular is sure to stand out. The defendant is Sherry Lynn, who's facing charges of felony battery and resisting arrest with violence. Lynn appears remotely and is represented by a public defender. And from the very first question...
Have you ever been treated for any mental health issues? Why don't you yourself first?
It's clear Lynn is in no mood to be in court.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
I said go yourself.
Okay, well, I'm a little busy right now.
Take another look.
I said go yourself.
Judge Glazer initially finds the behavior amusing, but she's not about to let it continue.
Ma'am, I'm just trying to help.
Ma'am, he's trying to help you, and please don't use profanity or try and disrupt my courtroom, because I don't want to be forced to hold you in contempt of court. All right, Mr. Snyder's trying to help you. And I'm ordering that you stay away from Cynthia Cuba. Do not have any contact with her, and you must stay away from her home and place of business. As to the other case...
Who is this Cynthia Cuba? Tell me!
I think you allegedly tried to hit with the pliers. The other case, F-51-426, the bond gun is $5,000.
Leave town 2 and 3.
Two, it's $5,000, and count 3 is $1,000. Have a nice day, ma'am. We'll try and get you into the hospital.
Lynn's ordered to pay a $50 fine and undergo a psychiatric evaluation. Next, we go to Wichita, Kansas for the sentencing of Michael Gaines. He's been convicted of battery against a law enforcement officer. Gaines appears before Judge Rebecca Pilshaw, who speaks to the defendant about his actions.
All the evidence shows that you deliberately...
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I know
the words were that you deliberately were hawking up...
I didn't hawk up no saliva, okay? That's and you're gonna believe those lies. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't hawk up no saliva. You're gonna believe a lie because they wearing uniform.
The judge attempts to bring some order to the proceedings.
Look at me.
It's like evening. You ain't gotta scream at me. You gonna raise your voice at me?
Oh my God.
Gaines doesn't appear to be backing down from the judge, but it's nothing compared to what he has in store for Assistant DA Kevin O'Connor.
You raise your voice to me, I raise my voice to you. You just in a row.
Judge, I appreciate Mr. Gaines making my point for me.
You punk.
Very well received.
Maggot mother.
And I don't think I have to take insults from...
I know. You. He's a
tough guy now. But I think...
You'll be a after I get sentenced, punk.
I think Mr. Gaines is forfeited to me.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. You punk.
I'm talking.
You.
Take out of the courtroom.
Judge Pilshaw steps in and has Gaines removed. But before heading back to his cell, Gaines manages to get off a few more insults.
He's a maggot.
You're a tough guy.
He's a maggot, punk. You should have died when you was a baby. Maggot.
Anytime, Mr. Gaines.
Shut up, punk. He's a maggot. Should have died when you was a baby. Stillborn.
The judge decides to go beyond the 10 years and sentences Gaines to 13 years in a state prison.